Subchapter 2. Wesley's Preaching. Preface to published volumes of sermons. Extracts from sermons preached before the University of Oxford. Rules for the guidance of his helpers. Advice to his preachers. Letter to the Bishop of Lincoln. General estimate of Wesley's merits. England 100 years ago received such deep impressions from John Wesley that I should not feel I did him justice if I did not give my readers a few selected specimens of his writings. Before we turn away from the father of Methodism, let us try to get some distinct idea of his style of thought and his mode of expressing himself. Let us see how his mind worked. The man who could leave his mark so indelibly on his fellow countrymen as John Wesley did, we must all feel could have been no ordinary man. The man who could keep his hold on assemblies till he was between 80 and 90 years old, and produce effects second only to those produced by Whitefield, must evidently have possessed peculiar gifts. 2 or 3 extracts from his sermons and other writings will probably be thought interesting and instructive by most Christian readers. The materials for forming a judgment in this matter are happily abundant and easily accessible. A volume of 57 sermons lies before me at this moment, prepared in publication by Wesley's own hands, and first published in 1771. It is a volume that deserves far more attention than it generally receives in the present day. The doctrine of some of the discourses, I must honestly confess, is sometimes very defective. Nevertheless, the volume contains many noble passages, and there are not a few pages in it which for clearness, terseness, pointedness, vigour, and pure Saxon phraseology are perfect models of good style. Wesley's preface to his volume of sermons is itself very remarkable. I will begin by giving a few extracts from it. He says, "I design plain truth for plain people. Therefore, of set purpose I abstain from all nice and philosophical speculations, from all perplexed and intricate reasonings, and, as far as possible, from even the show of learning, unless in sometimes citing the original scriptures. I labour to avoid all words which are not easy to be understood, all which are not used in common life, and in particular those technical terms that so frequently occur in bodies of divinity, those modes of speaking which men of reading are intimately acquainted with, but which to common people are an unknown tongue. Yet I am not assured that I do not sometimes slide into them unawares. It is so extremely natural to imagine that a word which is familiar to ourselves is so to all the world. Nay, my design is, in some sense, to forget all that ever I have read in my life. I mean to speak in the general, as if I had never read one author, ancient or modern, always excepting the inspired. I am persuaded that, on the one hand, this may be a means of enabling me more clearly to express the sentiments of my heart, while I simply follow the chain of my own thoughts without entangling myself with those of other men, and that, on the other, I shall come with fewer weights upon my mind, with less of prejudice and prepossession, either to search for myself or to deliver to others the naked truth of the gospel. To candid, reasonable men, I am not afraid to lay open what have been the inmost thoughts of my heart. I thought, I am a creature of a day, passing through life as an arrow through the air. I am a spirit come from God and returning to God, just hovering over the great, till a few moments hence I am no more seen. I drop into an unchangeable eternity. I want to know one thing: the way to heaven, how to land safe on that happy shore. God himself has condescended to teach the way. For this very end he came from heaven. He hath written it down in a book. Oh, give me that book. At any price, give me the book of God. I have it. Here is knowledge enough for me. Let me be a man of one book. Here then I am free from the busy ways of men. I sit down alone. Only God is here. In his presence I read his book. For this end, to find the way to heaven. Is there a doubt concerning the meaning of what I read? Does anything appear dark and intricate? I lift up my heart to the Father of lights. Lord, is it not thy word? If any man lack wisdom, let him ask of God. Thou givest liberally and upbraidest not. Thou hast said, if any be willing to do thy will, he shall know. I am willing to do. Let me know thy will. I then search after and consider parallel passages of Scripture, comparing spiritual things with spiritual. I meditate thereon with all the earnestness and attention of which my mind is capable. If any doubt still remains, I consult those who are experienced in the ways of God, and then the writings whereby, being dead, yet they speak. And what I thus learn, that I teach. But some may say, I have mistaken the way myself, although I have undertaken to teach it to others. It is probable that many will think this, and it is very possible that I have. But I trust, whereinsoever I have mistaken, my mind is open to conviction. I sincerely desire to be better informed. I say to God and man, what I know not, teach thou me. Are you persuaded you see more clearly than me? It is not unlikely that you may. Then treat me as you would desire to be treated yourself upon a change of circumstances. Point me out a better way than I have yet known. Show me it is so by plain proof of Scripture. And if I linger in the path I have been accustomed to tread, and therefore I am unwilling to leave it, labor with me a little. Take me by the hand and lead me as I am able to bear. But be not discouraged if I entreat you not to beat me down in order to quicken my pace. I can go but feebly and slowly at best. Then I should not be able to go at all. May I not request you further, not to give me hard names in order to bring me into the right way. Suppose I was ever so much in the wrong, I doubt this would not set me right. Rather, it would make me run so much the further from you, and so get more and more out of the way.